What's up, everyone? Welcome to Saturday Night Music Club number 21. Once again, we're filming here in downtown Scottsdale, Arizona at the Record Room. Huge thank you to John Rose, the proprietor of the Record Room. I'm Brett.
I'm Raw Dog.
Raw Dog? I like how you leaned in for that.
Be rent from this Record Room in Scottsdale, Channel 5 News. James Todd. I'm Joe Nathan.
Joe Nathan? Alright, so we're going with a one record theme. Tonight's theme is instrumental, an album of instrumental music. That means no voice, no oohs and ahs, no human voice at all. And then, like we did last time, we didn't reveal what the artist was. This way there's no preconceived notions about what said record is. So I'm going to start things off since I think that's the order we went in. I brought in... This was sent to me by a guy named Justin in the vinyl community. This is the musical collection known as Collections of Colonies of Bees. It's some of the members of that group, the Volcano Choir. And this is a one-track, takes up a whole side called 6 Guitars. It's on clear vinyl, and it's got this interesting etching, if you guys see that one. All right, Robert, what did you think?
This one hit the sweet spot for me. I'm a big fan of drone music, ambient stuff, and just the way that it kind of came in, the various layers and things like that, it had me. So I am giving that one a 3.
Right on. Yeah. Keep D. Keep D.
James is on the ground.
All right, Brent, what'd you think?
I thought it was a little too. I really like instrumental music. I have a lot of records that are instrumental. I thought this one was kind of hard for me to follow. It's a little too mellow, a little forgettable. I gave it a 1.
All right, James. James.
No, hold on, I gotta get to it. I gave you...
Unprepared.
Sorry, they were in the wrong order. I gave you a 3. I liked it.
Thank you.
Change your life.
Yeah, this really centered me. You know,
oh, no way.
it took me to that cool place where droney was droney and chill. I give it 3.
Right on. Wow, good.
Oh,
Good
no
thing
way.
I didn't bring Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Oh, no way.
So I ended up getting a 10 overall. So good score. Next up, let's just go with Robert. What'd you bring?
Alright, so this is a album by Rabi Abdul Khalil.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and he's like a oud maestro.
Oh, no way.
Rude. Yeah. Thanks, James. James is
That's
rude.
all I'll say. It's just
All
the
right.
music speaks for itself.
All right, Brent, what'd you think?
I gave Raw Dog a 3. This is in my wheelhouse. I thought it was amazing acoustics. It was nice fidelity, and it's a good record.
That might have been the first time Brent's ever given you a 3.
I'm really cherishing this moment.
No, it's the second time. He had a box that I gave a 3.
Oh, that's
right.
right. That's right. That
In a
box was
similar
great.
kind of vein,
That box was
actually.
great.
Yeah.
It is.
It reminded
It
me
is.
of it. It did. James, what'd you give Robert's Raw Dogs record?
I give it a 2.
Oh, no way.
Actually, yeah.
Jerk.
Real way.
Payback.
No, I actually did like it up until about the last one. Kind of, it didn't do me that well.
Did you have issues with when the horns came in?
Oh, no way.
Did that kind of kill it for you?
I like the horn.
I like the horns too.
I like
No,
the
I
horns
don't-
too.
I don't remember. I just remember that
He wasn't
the
listening.
last. No,
Probably
I was
not. He was
listening.
probably talking to you.
Yeah. He was talking
We
over.
were
He was
talking
looking for
over
that
your
cassette
stuff.
box. That crate.
But I give
No
it
way.
a 2.
All right, to Jonathan, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought this was a really nice follow up from Brett's record, and it's probably one of my favorite record of this evening. It's really good with that chanting sax and Middle Eastern things and the
Watch your
top
mouth.
It's great.
It was soprano
It was
sax
awesome.
on there, was it
Watch your
not?
mouth.
It was a
That,
nice
it was,
blend. They
it
worked
was
well together, yeah.
you know, because soprano sax, a lot of time you hear it and you think of like safe sax. a lot of times you hear it as like
That's okay.
you hear it in that adult contemporary style
Yeah,
or modern jazz,
It was
new
used tastefully
jazz.
here,
But
yeah.
the way it was set up in that, it really
match. It didn't like.
It was
Yeah.
really, so you gave it a 3?
Gave it a 3.
I really liked how it was the pieces of music were structured like jazz tunes.
Right,
Like they
yeah.
had each instrument would take a turn soloing depending on what the instrument was. So it reminded me of a jazz record.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. You know, I gave it a 2, but it was like one of those. It was like a 2.4. I had a hard time.
2.4.
2. I'm only giving it a 3 as something that was just
Oh, no way.
Oh, no
completely
way.
You gave it a 2.
on fire.
Oh,
Like,
no
I
way.
gave it a 2.
Yeah.
That's on fire.
So, but seriously, that was a
jerk.
it was a good
He's-
good record. Robert, you ended up with a 10.
Yeah.
Tie. All right.
Time. All right, Brent, you're up.
I brought a compilation of 70s synthesizer music called Electronic Toys.
Great cover.
Has this lovely lady on it. She's also on the back. She's also in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
James, what do
Very
you
nice
think?
lady.
In the beginning, it kind of reminded me of when I had an electric organ a long time ago, and I started playing with it.
Oh,
And,
no way.
Yeah, and it kind of made the same sounds that I had made as well.
Oh, no way.
So
As it
I
progressed,
don't know if that's good or bad.
hold on, as it progressed, it started to get a little bit better, and I started to enjoy it a little bit more. Originally, was going to probably give it a 1, no way.
Oh, no way.
But I ended up giving it a 2. Oh, no way. So,
Wait.
All right, 2. Jonathan Salisbury.
It was whimsical, synthy goodness, fun. 3.
What kind of beverage would you compare that to? Liken it to?
Probably
Something
like a cherry cola.
Oh,
Yeah,
something
see,
non-alcoholic.
That's why I
Cherry
picked this,
cola.
because this is
Yeah.
a fun record.
Okay.
It's not necessarily good.
It's like a
Okay.
cherry cola with like
Okay,
vanilla ice
so
cream.
here's what I wrote for this one. It reminded me of a circus if the cast of Dynasty and Knots Landing were the performers. I don't know if that's
I like
over
that.
your guys' head on that one.
No, got
But
it.
I would play this record if I was hosting a Tupperware party for the cast of Full House.
Oh, no way.
What
I-
about
Full
yeah.
House.
I gave it a 1.
That's rough.
Wow,
That's rough.
Yeah. There. Wow.
Is that a revenge grade?
no. That was all written out before. Robert, it was a fun record though.
No,
But it's
totally.
not something I'd.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
fun to
but it
listen
was fun.
to. Yeah.
it was
I'm all about
interesting.
fun.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
The band, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of the band.
It dragged
All right,
on
Robert.
too long.
Well, I feel like so. This is an album I guess I'm supposed to not like.
Oh, no way.
But I loved it. I gave it a 3.
All right.
All right. So Brent, you scored a 9 this evening.
Oh,
With
no
your
way.
Electronic Toys record. That takes us to Jonathan.
All right, so I love
Faces.
brass bands, and one of my favorite brass bands are Hypnotic Brass Ensemble, and I
What's your
actually
mouth?
brought a record with Keelan Philip Cohen is a great avant-garde jazz artist,
Oh,
and the
no
Hypnotic
way.
Brass Ensemble, who are actually his children, so it's a family affair on this one.
No way.
Yeah, so that's why
Okay.
I like.
All right, I'll start this one. I thought it was a stressful record, and I had a bad headache, and it made my headache kind of worse.
Whoa.
I liked the tuba in it, but it really reminded me of a James Bond themed party at Chuck E. Cheese. I gave it a 1. Sorry.
Whoa.
Robert.
Brett is harsh tonight.
I know.
Jeez, man.
All right, so on the plus side, I did think it had a good groove, and I really liked the tuba bass or the kind of the horn bass thing. It was definitely not a boring record, but on the negative, I'm just not personally a huge fan of the whole brass thing. It's
Punch
just
your mouth.
Oh, no way.
right. So I mean, I gave it a 2. It's kind of split the difference.
Brent.
Okay, so usually you don't think of Jonathan as sexy based on his bartender shirt.
I got from Dad's closet.
Aside from the tuba, this is the sexiest record Jonathan's ever brought.
Oh.
So I give it a 2.
James, what'd you think?
I liked it, but I slightly forgot what it was after it came off. So while I was filling out my card,
To
I gave it a
Robert.
2.
It's a raw dog.
Well, there was stuff more exciting going on after it was over.
Yeah.
And that more
Tape
exciting
collection.
is
Jonathan, you ended
no
up.
way.
Jonathan, you ended up scoring a 7.
Oh, no way.
Not that great of a showing. Sorry.
That was a lead-in.
That
to
takes us
mine.
to James Todd.
So that more exciting was actually my album, which was Fridge, which is I can't really pronounce his name, but Kieran from Fortet. This is his band before Fortet. So even though this was released in 2007, so after Fortet was made.
Jonathan.
Yeah, I like this a lot. It was had some awesome percussion on there.
Oh, no way.
And some blips and boops, and I like blips and boops as some computerized.
Yeah, watch your mouth.
Yeah, you know, censored. So I give it a 3. I liked everyone's records tonight. Yeah, it was a solid showing.
All right.
Everyone got a 3.
This must be your favorite theme.
So
I like this a lot.
So when the needle hit the grooves, it was like the scene on this record. It was like the scene from High Fidelity where they put that Beta Band record on and everyone starts bobbing their head. That's what it was. You guys all looked like when that record started. The only difference was James wasn't in that scene in the movie wearing underoos like he was tonight. I liked when the guitar appeared on the second song. I thought that was a really nice touch. You know, those drum beats and then this guitar started weaving in just kind of subtly. It was good. I gave it a 3. Good one, James.
Thank you.
Robert.
I tried.
Finally.
I have to agree. This blew me away, and I would add to your comments that I thought the production on this. I thought the production was amazing. I mean, it felt like the band was right there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's really
Really
full and rich.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 for Robert.
Oh, yeah.
From Robert. Brent.
I wrote that this is the best record James ever brought ever.
Better than Ava Luna?
That was the worst record James ever brought. This is literally the best thing he's ever brought. I gave it a 5, which counts as a 3.
That's a 3.
But it's still a 5.
Oh, no
Which
way.
I think is the highest score ever.
I think so. The 5.
Yeah.
So this is your favorite record of all time?
No, it's
That
my
James
favorite
brought.
record of all time that James
James.
brought.
The favorite record of all time
See,
that
he got-
liked was your Russian record.
No, that was the worst record ever shown on one of these. Ever.
That's been a lot of records.
And that's a lot of records. That was the worst record I've ever heard in my life.
Wasn't that
This,
sealed?
the reason he got a 5 on this is because all of his
to him.
because all of his records
from his
Hold on, no, hold on a second.
collection?
No, it's not. I've never owned that. Listen.
You gave it to him for Christmas.
No, I didn't.
He did. No, that was.
Oh, I did? Okay,
Oh,
well,
it was.
anyway, the reason he got a 5
It's
is
upside
because
down. It's actually this.
all of his other records have always been so bad that the scale is curved.
No.
That's why this is a 5.
No, shut up. This was a 1. His
That's
record was a
fine.
1.
Hey, that's okay. There's nothing
That
wrong with
cover's a
everybody.
5.
Everybody gets a
Cover's all right. I
Hey,
don't like
everybody
White
gets a
Girls.
1.
So
here.
that let's go over the scores, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. So in last place tonight was Jonathan, Mr. Casey Sunshine bartender with a 7. Then we have Brent at a 9.
Burt Reynolds wore this shirt.
9 for the music, but a 15 for the cover.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
And then we had that would actually been a 20 for the cover.
Okay.
And then we had myself and
this
Robert,
covered there
4
since
votes at 5 each. Or well, however you look at it. 10 each for myself and Robert. And in first place tonight is a rarity. James Todd with a perfect 12.
Bring out the champagne, boys.
Number 1. Number 1.
Oh, no way.
Number 1.
All right, so guys,
Pick me up.
thanks
Pick
for
me up.
tuning into this episode of Saturday Night Music
can't do
Club.
it.
If you have any theme suggestions, please leave us a comment.
We're running out of ideas.
Yeah, we need some
Sorry.
fresh ideas. If you decide you want to send us something to listen to, get in touch, leave us a comment or a message or whatever. I think James has something he wants to conclude this video with.
I love you all.